Ignatius of Loyola says that as we pursue these spiritual exercises, the retreatant has to enter into the spiritual exercises with great courage and generosity towards his Creator and Lord, offering him all one's will and liberty, so that the Divine Majesty may make use of the person and all that the person has according to the most holy will of God. I just want to emphasize two words here, or two phrases. To enter into the exercises with great courage and generosity. Courage is a virtue that is required so that one can face oneself in the light of God. God is light. His word is the light that illumines our path. And that word can expose aspects of our lives that we may not be too comfortable with. We don't need to fly away from that light. That's why great courage is required, as well as generosity. So these two go together: great courage and generosity. It's this sort of generosity, like I said last time, about welcoming the Word of God into our lives, with the guidance, of course, of the spiritual director or the retreat giver, in the case of undertaking spiritual exercises. It's this kind of generosity that motivates our will, that moves our will towards what God wants. So it's important, therefore, to take note of the important part that the will plays in doing spiritual exercises or in praying. If our will is not moved, we won't respond to God. That's why we need to be generous. When we make acts of charity towards the poor, for example, it's our will that would have been moved to reach out to the other person and offer some assistance. When we speak a civil or a good or inspiring word to someone, again, it's our will that would have been moved to move towards such an act of charity. So generosity moves the will, or it's an expression, put it this way, it's an expression of the movement of the will from oneself towards God. Of course, God is always moving towards us. And when my will and God's will meet, it's like these two hands. They form one synergy. And we cooperate with God. And in that way, we find salvation. So, generosity plays an important part even in the process of our salvation, because it motivates our will towards God. God bless you, and I hope to see you next time again on this episode.